Hello everyone, Z here. Welcome back to the channel. I just want I just want to talk about something real quick that I heard about over the weekend. Specifically, I want to talk about EVE Online, or more specifically, CCP Games and CCP Games' long promised, never delivered first person shooter. So, they first tried this with Dust 514, which, if you've watched my videos about Project Nova, you've heard me talk about this. This was all the way back in 2013, 2014, and it was fun, and it was a fun concept. You fight battles on planetary surfaces. Hang on, I'm gonna move my microphone a little closer. My parents were over and they redecorated my apartment, including my desk. So everything got moved around a little. That should be better. Anyway, after listening to me make funny noises, back to the video. So, the concept of Dust 514 back in 2013. You play as an immortal mercenary, building off of the world building done in Chris Gonzalez's novel Templar 1. I hope I got his name right. I believe I do. I've read that book a lot. Let me Google it. Tony Gonzalez. Sorry, Tony Gonzalez, not Chris. I don't know where I got Chris from. Not important. You fought on the planets around the regions that were around the facilities that, as an EVE Online player, you can set up for planetary interactions. So, mining facilities, gas harvesting, shit like that, research facilities, production, advanced production, fun stuff. But then they scrapped that. Which, okay, you know what? Fine. It was pretty rudimentary. Fun, but rudimentary. Then, recently, we had Project Nova, which never even made it to the point where we could all get into it like we did with Dust 514. And it got put back on the drawing board, and you guys remember I made a video about that where I was not happy. I was pretty pissed off. Well, I was disappointed. I was pretty disappointed. And I found out over the course of this week that, in fact, Dust 514 is shuttered and it's dead. But now I want to preface this with I don't know anything about what I'm about to say except what I read in the story. I'm not connected to CCP Games. I have no window to the inside, and if I did, you guys know I wouldn't be able to tell you guys. So, but I don't. It would be awesome if I did, but I don't. Right. The news stated that the work had started, or conceptualization had started, on a third iteration. And I have thoughts. I have some thoughts about this. So, Project Nova, there would have been a lot of, from what I understand, fighting on the hulls of and in the corridors of ships, which makes sense. A lot of the ships in EVE Online and the New Eden cluster are not capsuleer piloted ships. They're ships with real crews, marines on board, and all that fun stuff. But, so where do I want to begin with this? Well, let's start by talking about EVE. EVE Online is a live service game. Let's get that out of the way. It is never finished. It is constantly in development. I'm gonna stop leaning on my desk so my camera stops wibble wobbling so much. EVE Online is always in active development. It's always expanding, it's always moving forward. It's never, haha, here is the packaged EVE Online, and in a year, or 2 years, or 3 years, we're going to give you EVE Online 2. They don't do that. There's just EVE Online. That's the game we have, that's the game we play, and it's live action. CCP Games has been doing live action since well before it became popular to hate live action games and live action companies. That being, and I have to say, live action works really well for EVE Online. I don't know why my camera is doing this. I'm only just noticing it now, and it's kind of annoying me. So I'm gonna not look at it. What I can't see can't bother me. But will probably bother you guys. Oh well. So, EVE Online is a live action game, and people are okay with it. With most updates, the graphics get better. With most updates, new ships or new mechanics or refinements to existing mechanics are put in, balance changes are put in, all these little things to keep the game fun and moving forward and put power in the hands of the players. Now I understand why they're hesitant, since a EVE Online first-person shooter, they want to do what they know, and they know how to do live action. Not live action, Jesus Christ, on a pogo stick. Live service. They know how to do live service games. That's what they're good at. EVE Online. So they would want to make a live service. Bloody hell. No more drinking alcohol before recording videos, unless you guys want me to make a video where I'm truly hammered, doing gameplay. Sidetracked. Live service is what CCP Games does, and they probably want to deliver a game in first person that is a live service game, which I am all for. Now, I understand why they're really kind of panicky. I would describe this as panicky about it. They're jittery. They're, hey, we're doing that. No, we're not. We're doing no. Offer, retreat, retract the offer. Offer, retract the offer. Because it's really popular to hate live service games right now. It's really a finicky market where people want you to deliver perfection on day one, which is possible, but it's also kind of like EVE Online and CCP Games' whole thing is about constant expansion, rebalancing, tweaking, moving forward, which I don't know that I would say works with a deliver us a finished game, because it's not gonna be finished. It's never finished. So I feel like they're kind of panicking about making an EVE Online first-person shooter because there's such immense pressure to have everything go perfectly from the beginning. Which I get. I get that. The market is full of the horrific failure of live service games. Just look at, say, Anthem, or Fallout 76, or Breakpoint. These games are just broken. Their lives are, well, maybe not Breakpoint, but these live service games that are delivered as finished and launch ready and completely broken. And the community is universally furious about it, and the companies do not do well in the aftermath. So I understand CCP's concern, but as someone who's been playing EVE Online for about a decade now, I started when I was in high school, which was about a decade ago. They've got to remember their community, and the EVE Online community expects live service. We expect improvement and expanded game mechanics and expanded systems and improved graphics and improved gameplay. There are ships in EVE Online now that were in the game when I started playing that look completely different now. They've gone through complete graphical redesigns, and I love it. Universally, I love it. Even when I'm like, oh man, that ship is ugly as shit, I would never fly it. I love it. Because what that evolution, what that graphical progression, graphical progression shows me is an evolving understanding of what the game looks like, an evolving understanding of what the civilizations in EVE Online look like, what their design aesthetic is, what they value, who they are as people. So I know that I am never angry to see this. I'm always pretty happy, actually, with redesigns, even if, as I said, I think it's an ugly ship and I'd never fly it. So I kind of wish that I could sit CCP Games down, or just the one person who is kind of at the core of the first-person shooter push, and just be like, look, it doesn't have to be perfect when you give it to us. We would have happily played and stuck with Dust 514 6 years ago, 7 years ago. We would have stuck with that if we knew that over the next 6-7 years you'd be doing to that what you did for EVE Online, and we would trust you to do that. Because I want to play this game. I want to play an EVE Online first-person shooter. I want to get that different new feel of what this is, of what New Eden looks like, of this universe, and how I can play in it. And I seriously doubt that I am the only person who feels this way and wants this and still holds this dream of an integrated gaming universe, which I'm growing concerned we're never going to see, because I haven't heard anything about EVE Online Valkyrie. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Now, I don't have VR tech. I have no intention of ever getting VR tech, but that's not really the point here. When EVE Online Valkyrie and EVE Online Dust 514 and the I can't remember what it was. There was the turret defense one where you man a turret, which I thought sounded boring as fuck. When all of these were announced as spin-offs and companion games, I remember hearing about this vision of integrated gameplay and just falling in love with this idea. And CCP never delivered. It never came, because I think they never felt confident enough, comfortable enough with it to kind of take that leap. And I wish I could sit them down and be like, look, your community wants/needs you to take this leap and be willing to take this leap, because there's other games out there that are trying to do that. In one noteworthy case, Star Citizen a game that is trying to do all of it in one game. And so far, still a long way away from quote unquote release, doing a great job of integrating things. A lot of shit isn't perfect, but goddamn, is it fun and beautiful. And I am concerned, as someone who's been playing Eve for a decade now and who loves Eve Online, that there will come a point where Star Citizen is done, and purely on a mechanical depth, on a gameplay and a depth of experience level, I won't have a reason to log into EVE Online and step into the universe of New Eden, which I desperately want to always be able to find a reason to do. So, I mean, these are just my thoughts. I think CCP should just give us something. It doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be fun, but I trust them to give us something fun. It needs to improve and be updated regularly like they update Eve, but I trust them to do that. So CCP, on the off chance, the long odds that you are listening to this video, that you're watching me, this, American nobody, talk about your game, I'd love to know what you're thinking. I would love to know why you're constantly holding back. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, consider dropping a like so I know you want to see more of this kind of content, and hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you are subscribed and are not getting regular notifications, hit the bell icon, yada yada. You guys have heard this spiel from every single YouTuber. In parting, the last thing I want to say is a reiteration of something I said in my last video. I do reactions. I enjoy doing reactions. I appreciate your guys' help with finding game-related things to react to, whether it's gaming news stories, gaming videos, lore stuff. Let me know. Hit me up with requests. I might not respond to every comment, but I do read every single comment that I get. And I pay attention to requests, so feel free to make them. I do listen. That's all I've got for you tonight, guys. Until next time, I'm Z, here at Vucari-gaming. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.